How are you doing, you beautiful people? Listen, I am excited to do this video today and I want to get right into it. My name is Candace and today I want to talk about entering into a new season of growth. And so you will learn about me really quickly that I like definitions. And so before I get started, I want to share a definition with you all. And the definition of growth is mature, ripe, developing, thriving, to turn, to progress, to evolve, and to change. And the reason why I want to talk about entering into a new season of growth is because it's something that's really near and dear to my heart. But I also know that it's something that a lot of us go through as far as this season that we may call growth. Now, I understand some of you may be saying, okay, well, we're always growing, we're always evolving, we are always learning. And this is true. But I think that it becomes a point, or we reach a point in certain seasons of our life, which we can have many seasons of growth, where we can reflect back and we can say, yeah, I see the changes in me. I see how that season helped. I understand now why I had to go through that thing. So I want to share 5 things with you that let you know that you're in a new season of growth. So if this is something of interesting to you, or of interest, I'm sorry, stick around. Okay, so number one, I may be looking down at my list because I made a list because I did not want to forget. Number one, you let go of old habits. And none of these are in any particular order. And this is not an exhausted list, but you let go of old habits, meaning you become more conscious of how you spend your time. Maybe you used to be a procrastinator, but now you find yourself waking up early. You find yourself being more conscious about how you go about your day. You become more of a planner. Maybe you're becoming more aware of the types of foods that you put into your diet. Maybe you are a person who really appreciates sleep. You appreciate exercising. You just decide that I want to do something different outside of the norm of what I have been doing, possibly your whole entire life. And so that is one reason why it's so important that we go through a season of growing and developing. And so number two is you know who you are. Now, this is a tricky one because we are always changing, we are always growing, we are always walking in this place of trying to figure out who we are as people. And the funny thing about that is that growth doesn't necessarily equivalent to age, right? There are people who are very young and they're very secure in knowing who they are and who God created them to be. But sometimes it takes people a while. Sometimes we have to go through certain experiences before we just really come into a grasp of knowing who are we. And in the sense, when you do know who you are, you become more secure of what your flaws are, what your strengths are, what makes you happy, what makes you at your best, what you need, what you can give to other people. And so number 3 is, this is a big one because this is something that I have seen in my life personally, and that is number 3. You plan and you execute. It's one thing to make a plan. I mean, I can make a list of plans all day long because I love to write. That's what I love to do. But when you actually start executing those things, these are signs of that you are in a season of growth. It's because you have the motivation to do it. You are more clear about the direction you're going in life. You have more of a vision for yourself. So whenever you gain clarity, it motivates you to actually want to execute things. And I think that's so important because in order to see progression in our lives, we at some point have to stop being planners and we have to start being doers. And so this is definitely a key component of growth. And I personally appreciate being in this season of doing just that. And so number four is you consider others. Now, you may have always considered those who are really close to you, like your family and your friends. But when you start planning, let's just say, for example, you are wanting to start a nonprofit, okay? And so that is something that you have to take into consideration about how is this going to impact other people. So your plans, your visions, the vision that God has for you, it's never going to be about you. It's always going to be about how this can be used to positively impact and change other people's lives. And I think that is such a milestone in our lives, when the things that we do, the goals that we have, we think about how is this going to really help people on a grander scale versus just helping me. And number five, but I'm pretty sure there's many more, is you become more focused in your living, your day-to-day life, meaning that you, some way, you find yourself streamlining how you go about your life. The people that are what we call in our circle, of people that we allow to speak into our lives, we find ourselves valuing those people more. We let go of things that maybe are materialistic to us, meaning maybe we have overflow of clothes, and then we find ourselves purging things. And sometimes it's purging our thought pattern, it's purging things in the physical things around us, but we create more space for opportunities to come in. We find ourselves becoming more organized. And so those are 5 things. Of course, this is not an exhausted list, that are key signs to know that God is moving you into a new season of growth. I would love to hear from you all and know what some of your thoughts are about this. And if there are some things that you would love to share, I would love to hear about that. And I hope that this video was definitely helpful to you all. And so I just want to say a really quick prayer. I just thank God for this day. I thank the Lord for allowing us to connect through this channel. And I pray that this will help you to maybe take a moment to just reflect over your whole life and say, God, is there some areas that I need to grow in? Am I growing? Am I developing? Because the thing about growth is that it is a journey. And so don't feel as though you have to be sprinting through this, but just take your time. And I pray that you take this moment to just gauge where you're at in life. And I pray that you continue to grow and develop. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you next time, and God bless.